Hello, this is Dr. Kemp, the Hammond Doc. Today I'm working on Leslie dividing networks or Leslie crossovers that go into Leslie 122s and Leslie 147 and Leslie 251 systems. On my desk I have a crossover that's actually older than the 122. It came out of a Leslie 51, but I've recapped this crossover. The reason I recapped it was because when this crossover was in the Leslie cabinet, too much of the bass was going up into the upper driver, so it was not dividing the audio signal as it should. It was not dividing the highs from the lows, so too much of the lows was going up into the upper driver, and too much of the highs were going down into the bass woofer. So it just wasn't functioning properly. So I recapped it, and now it sounds wonderful. Let me show you what I did. Okay, here's my new recapped crossover. I removed the old capacitor. It was, the large wax capacitor that was there. I got rid of it, and what I'm using are Dayton capacitors, and so I'm running these in series. I'm using a Dayton 6.2 microfarad. That's one. 6.2 microfarad. That's two. So that's 12.4 together, and then a 0.1 microfarad. That gives you 12.5 microfarad. For that side, that's your bass. And then for your treble, I have a 5.6 microfarad capacitor here, and a 2.2 microfarad capacitor here, and that gives you 7.8. So you have then what you need for your treble. Now, how I have it connected is on this treble. Let's do the bass side first. You connect those wires coming out one side to the black wire here, and it just runs to one side here for your bass. So you get the hole. That's the large side, the large hole side. The other side, you connect in the same way, and then you connect one pole to the other side. That's the small hole. But then you run a line from there, and your cord, your black, goes out, your audio signal. And then another line, this white line here, connects to your other side, your treble side. And so what you're going to do is just connect your two treble capacitors together, and you have this running to your white line. And then on your other side, you connect your caps together and run them to this pole here, to this pin. Now this would be the top pin on this side. So we're running them through this top pin, and that's for your upper driver. The red wire that runs here is going to run to this second pin here, and that's what it's going to connect to the pole by the second pin. See, so you don't connect it actually to the pin itself, but there's a little post that is behind this pin, and that's what you're going to connect it to. And the same is true of this one over here. There's a post that's behind the pin, and that's what you're going to connect your wires to those little posts behind those pins. Okay, and that's it. That's how. And now don't forget, over here you have this running to the same post. Now that should already be set up in your crossover, so you don't want to disconnect that. You want to maintain that or retain that. But that's all it takes to recap a crossover. And you know, it's a matter of purchasing these items. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 crossovers, and removing the other old the crossover capacitors, removing the old capacitor, and replacing it with these. Now, I noticed that they are stable. See, they're not moving. These things, these are not moving. See. Now, how did I get it? You can use hot glue or hot gun, you know, the hot glue gun. You can use that. But what I chose to do, I let my wife use my hot glue gun, and she took it to school and left it there in her office. So what I did was, rather than buying another hot glue gun and all of that stuff, I just bought me some E6000. And so you can go to the store and get you some E6000 glue, and I just put some E6000 glue on here, and then let these things let it set in that E6000. And the E6000, it's a clear type glue, and it's wonderful. And I mean, these things are stable. This is not going anywhere, and this will continue to work for another 50 years. Okay? Alright, so try this, and it should work for you. Alright, so until the next video, this is Dr. Kemp, the Hammond Doc, saying to you, please have a peaceful and wonderful day. Goodbye.